Hello everyone, welcome to the season finale of Serious Banta, where we talk about topical issues as they concern us. On today's episode, we'll be talking about what you should know or do before you say the word I do. My name is Tim Totbajile. I'm your host for today. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Serious Banta, where we're going to be talking about what you should know or do before you say the word I do. For me, there's a lot, for me, it's about you getting to know your partner well and all that. I have a lot to say, but I think I should first give it to one of my cast members who is actually engaged and is about to get married to tell us what he actually saw in his partner before, giving her a ring. Demlade.
What you should see in your partner. I'll first of all say you need to marry your best friend, not just a friend. I'll speak from a man's point of view. You don't want to be in a relationship or in a marriage where you have to hide some of your things, some of your habits, some of your characteristics, some of your personalities from your partner, your lifelong partner. That is too much stress on yourself. I remember I was single for 2 years before I got into a committed relationship. And while I was single, one of my friends told me that you probably already know who you're going to marry. And I was like, you know what? You're actually right, because if I'm getting close to the age of 30, I'm over 30 now, but if I'm getting close to the age of 30 and you don't know who you're going to get married at that point, you don't have prospects, you don't have ideas of the people you're already in your life, then you are just about to start work. Because my fiance and I, we were friends for 8 years. Close, inseparable friends for 8 years before she sat me down and said, oh boy, are we going the long haul or not? And that's when
friends, not
as friends. No, we were not dating, so we were friends.
That's for long haul.
She said, "Come." We were friends, but we were friends with benefits. I'm not going to throw her aside, but when I say best friend,
it's like a sexual component.
So like when I say you're marrying somebody,
it's like not friends with benefits movie.
Not friends with benefits, but basically what I'm saying is, we already knew we were compatible physically.
Okay.
So, there was no, we tried many times to stop. We tried many times to say, okay, you know what, let's just remain friends. But it couldn't. We were more than friends. From the get-go, the attraction was there. So she's like, yo, if you're not going to be serious, then I'm going to walk out of your life. She gave me 2 ultimatums. So I can't do without you as a friend in my life, even if I'm not going to do stuff. But I need you as a friend in my life because you keep me grounded.
Guys, see, if a woman says she's done for real. Man, don't try or test her threshold. Don't do it. You will be cut off. She will sign off immediately. Understand this.
So you know what? Let's be committed relationship partners. Before I proposed, I'll tell you this for a fact. As guys, you need to go through a spiritual journey with yourself before you make that lifelong decision. It's not just about proposing to your dating partner. It's more than that. Because if you ask anybody who has been married for longer than 10, 15 years, they will tell you that you people, the love is going to... If you cannot see the beast and say to yourself that, you know what, this person has their inner demons, I can and will tolerate it for the rest of my life because it's not going to go anywhere. Nobody's going to change their character for you. So you need to understand the person, okay, this is their personality, I love this personality. These are their bad habits, I can tolerate it. These are the bad habits I am will, and every day you wake up and make a choice to tolerate their bad habits till the day that you die.
Sorry, Tim, can I ask you something? What do you mean by going on a spiritual journey with yourself?
Now, when I was in a committed relationship before I proposed, I was saying, oh yeah, we're going to get married, we're going to get married. But just saying you're going to get married is just saying it. I literally, first of all, my personal journey was, I literally went through real life scenarios with my business. I got robbed, I went bankrupt. Some of you know the story in my personal life. I literally lost traction with my business. For a long time, photography and my business was my lifesaver with life, was my go-to happiness, was my happy place. Until it was snatched from me. And I was lost looking at what can I use to make me happy. So this partner in my life now, let me focus on her. Because I don't have my business to run in the way I want it to run. But one person, another human being, is not going to be the source of your happiness. Your happiness has to come from within. That is a spiritual journey. You need to be happy with who you are, what you've been through, the focus on your direction of where you're going to, and who you want to be there. And it's when you find that focus in yourself, you can then be sure of the person you want to take this journey with can match you with that same energy. I went through series of deep Bible classes, spiritual mentorship with pastors to get my own spirituality intact.
Check.
For example, now, as Christian, I'm Christian. So as a Christian, you need to first of all have every fruit of the Spirit in you. It goes across all religions. Even the free-spirited person, being a free spirit, means you have every fruit of love, joy, peace, gentleness, kindness, temperance, and self-control. Self-control being the most important because that is the one thing that can ruin your marriage as a man.
Finish it.
If you do not have self-control, do not bother proposing to any woman. I promise you.
What kind of self-control?
Self-control, looking at another woman. First of all, no.
Demo, my question.
Yeah.
Was it like a series of events that led you to be like, okay, this is the person I would like to spend the rest of my life with? Or was it just one day, like, you know, like he hit you like, yo, this baby's busting my brain, or like, I think she's actually the one? Because we've all met different girls in our life. There's this saying that goes that at this stage, you probably have met the person you would have married. But some people like Topway now that are still on the streets, believes he hasn't met his partner.
That's their own business. So for me, if God had given me my wife at 29, I would have been married, you know.
So was it like an accumulated something, or was it just like one day that I just clicked, like, yo, I'm in love with this babe, I don't want to be with anyone else? Or like, how did
let me tell you that I'm in love with this, but I don't want to be with anyone else. Say, oh, well and good, but it's all a lie. Because let me tell you something, even after you marry, every day you wake up, you have to choose to stay in that marriage.
Yep.
So it's not about one day you just hit a blah, blah, blah. I tell you a story. I have an uncle and auntie who met at another friend's party when they were still young. Very fine lady. My uncle walked up to her and says, you know what's going to happen? We're going to get married.
Spit your game.
The guy just said, the baby was like, this man is crazy. And within the year, they got married. Why? Because it's a choice. The reason I say people say, oh, you probably already know who you're going to marry now is because you can literally just choose. It's a choice. You just find, okay, you know what? I'm choosing
this person
to dedicate everything I have in my life towards this person. Good or bad or worse. You take it all and reciprocate with only love. That's literally a choice you make when you're going into this decision. Yeah.
If it was about decisions and choices, man, I would have married Sheet all since. I made that choice.
Yeah, but she also has to make the choice with you.
No, but I understand that. But in the long run, like, I don't know, see the ring is right here. We can do it. But see, you said something about
self-control.
How do you know? You read my mind. Self-control.
Because I know that guys always have that question with self-control.
So when you said self-control, I was like, yeah, because I saw Jasmine, like before we started shooting, and Jasmine was walking to go and say something to Faf. So me, I was in the moment like, bakakaraka, ba. I said, what's going on here? I wanted to say, D-Rob, I see what I'm seeing. D-Rob looked up, he looked down, and said, wow, this guy is really God. This guy is really God.
So for me, what I think you guys are mixing it up because self-control, that's exactly what you just talked about now.
For me, you can actually look.
No,
It's
exactly.
what you do after that matters a lot.
Odi actually saying that Demilade wasn't even looking at my butt and all. I mean, that is a man that has absolute self-control, that is determined to actually enter marriage. Not like all you Lagos boys.
Like what Demilade also means is that knowing what triggers you or knowing what knowing
Know
your
yourself, know
boundaries.
yourself.
Do you
Yeah, know
understand what
yourself.
I'm saying?
Now, let me go deeper with self-control. There's a question my fiance's birthday was about 2 weeks ago, and we were at this restaurant and everything, and then a guy that I've known from Unilag back in the day, blah, 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 he sees me there like, Demo, how fast? When's your wedding? When's your wedding? I tell him everything. And goes, come, Demo, I have a question to ask you, man to man. He says, since you proposed, sure you don't look other babe, so you don't ask what other babe. I just laughed. I said, brother, at my age, at my level here, I tell you for facts, there's no babe between the age of 19 and 25 that if I speak to, she will not follow me. Based on experience, I know the kind of respect they demand. I know the kind of attention they need. As in, based on game, it will be easy for me without anybody even knowing. But get this is where self-control comes in. I talked to a 22-year-old girl. She's happy. She's getting attention. She's giddy. I'm texting her. She's happy. Let's go and hang out. She wants to follow. Blah, blah, blah. It's so easy. I tell her anything is easy. The moment I get back to my committed space, and I have to be hiding my phone, and I have to be locking my phone, telling my partner to a different password for my phone, or have a separate phone, or that kind of thing, and I have to be avoiding text messages that she'll be texting me, I miss you. When can we hang out? I don't need all that in my life. It derails focus.
Demo, you taught me something here because you said it's about choice. So what I learned in that was that, because I think in my own life, I've seen a few people, if I go back to my own history, I can pinpoint a few girls I can say, yeah, not bad. I could, I fuck with your vibe. I could work with that. But when you said it was about choice, it made me to realize I never really knew what was going to take me to that next level. I didn't know I had to make a choice. I just thought maybe something is going to click.
Yeah.
But now I literally sat down and you said it's about choice. And I'm like, oh, wow, Odi, you could have married 15 babes by now. And all of them are great. All of them, I enjoyed all of them, and I found a nice and relatable vibe with all of them. But again, I will not lie to you, I'm very selfish and I like my own space, and there are things personal to me that I'm not willing to sacrifice for now, especially when I don't believe that I have reached the level where I want to reach. So imagine sacrificing my time when I know I have to wake up in the morning and I got to go and do this shit and do this shit and do this shit. But then I have to now take care, even in a relationship, it was difficult for me.
Yeah, don't let it 1 second.
That's like balance.
Don't let it 1 second.
Balance. I don't know where that balance is. There is a space. I mean, if you can come and you can work with me, I will try to work with you. But you have to understand where I'm trying to go and understand that there may be sacrifices. There may be sacrifices that you may have to make that you may not like. And if you can't handle that, I don't even mind. I'm okay with nobody coming. I'm okay doing what I'm doing. I'm not complaining.
This choice of a thing, I feel like, yes, even if, for me, I'm going to be honest, I've actually, if tomorrow everybody says, okay, who can you marry? Obviously, I met a woman that I can get married to. But secondly, in as much as I wanted to get married to her, she has to also want to get married to you.
Yeah, you have to prove
that's actually very key. It has to be both ways.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say,
my
let me
God,
say something quickly. Okay, with respect to choice, sometimes you actually make these choices. It's possible for me to wake up. Everyone has been in some form of relationship before, and I made a choice that, okay, this is the person I'm going to be with. But at the end of the day, it wasn't the person. So at some point, when you've made this choice, you would share ideals. You will share things that you guys find in common with each other. Sometimes there are certain things that don't work for both of you. But you've made a choice initially. But when you now go forward, you now realize that, oh, this is not working for me. Like, there's certain things that she does, maybe it's not her fault, maybe they're like family barriers. There's so many things that come with picking that final one. Do you understand? So my issue with making that choice is that it's easy for everyone to wake up and just say, okay, I choose to marry this girl.
Yeah.
But by the time you now start going down the line, there's so many intricate issues. There's so
Very good points. I want to add to what you just said.
The first point I want to make that you said was definitely, you said you went through a spiritual journey and you had to get to a place where you realized that your happiness does not come from this person. I think that is very important for people to realize in this day and age. A lot of people put their happiness and put their joy and put their hope and put everything on their partner. And that is so much pressure for somebody to live up to, because even you as a person,
to carry it.
to like even you as a person, like there's already so much going on that we all have our personal demons to kind of deal with. So it's about getting to a place where you are so satisfied within yourself that you don't need anybody else, that it makes that journey sweeter. Yeah. Now, secondly, I've realized that I was watching an interview recently about like relationships and whatnot by Jay Shetty, and he said something very, very important. A lot of things that we've learned, that we've picked up over time as human beings is not what makes us happy, is what society has told us makes us happy. So for example, he said something like, okay, when I used to date a girl, like his normal MO is if he's dating a girl, he will buy gifts, give her this, give her that, make the girl feel like she's at home, or this is the person I want to be with. But then when he took time out to kind of like understand why he was doing it, he said he literally started doing it because he watched a movie when he was 15, and that was what getting to know somebody or getting to like marry somebody, those are the things you have to do. Not necessarily because he cared about that person, but because that is what society, like, that's not, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying.
In as much as I'm loving this topic, we will have to go on a quick break. Welcome back to Serious Banta. We're talking about what you should know or do before you say the word I do. For me, I feel like I've heard everything Dimla had to say, and I think I can relate, because a lot of people see you, especially when you're over 30, because you said it as someone that is not serious, But at times it might not even be, Some people are lucky, to find the right partner,
True.
While they were 25, 26. Yeah. And I might have used my own girlfriend to do friend too. You never know. Or my friend to do girlfriend. You never know, So for me, I won't. For me, forget about Friday night choose. We all, even people that are married actually still do all this.
Yeah. No, I mean,
for me, I don't think I've ever used. I ever used my girlfriend to do friend, because at some point in my life I was in a relationship for 4 years.
Wow.
And I thought I was going to get married to her. So at the end of the day, shit happened and everything. Even when I wanted to, even trying to plan for a marriage or whatever it was.
Okay.
I'm good.
I was getting emotional.
Yeah. So for me, I felt
like you're traumatized by the experience.
I felt like if we never, broke up, I'll probably be married with kids right now.
Oh.
So, but that happened, and I had to,
move on.
Tell myself that this is God's work.
Can I ask you a question, Thomas? When did you realize that? Okay, the relationship may have ended. When did you realize, we dated for 4 years. Maybe in that relationship, I didn't think I could go that far. But then there must have been a stage where you realized, oh, shit.
This person is not for me.
No, this person may be the one for me, and then maybe the whole thing is scattered.
For me, even before we started a relationship, we were friends for a while. Before we started a relationship, I always said it to my friends that I want to marry this girl.
Aww.
And I didn't break up with her. So for me, I had to.
You see?
So
there's a saying that goes.
So for me, it was unfair. So.
Did she ever tell you why she broke up with you?
I think at that point in time, she wanted to get married. I wasn't ready. Even in as much as I wanted to get married to her, but I felt like I hadn't gotten to that point whereby I wanted to be.
I mean, 4 years is a long time.
Do you think you're ready now?
Yeah.
Do you think you're ready now?
Sure, I'm ready. Then I was young, so you can't blame me.
Please, can I try to touch on something on this? Mm-hmm. Because I heard something that goes along the lines of when a man wakes up, it's his morning. So even for me, for example, I was in a relationship I've had numerous relationships, but the one that sticks to me is the one I was with her for a year and doing my whole thing for 1 year. And the moment that this babe broke up with me, that's when I realized, wow. That's when I woke up and I said, wow.
That she wasn't for you.
What was I doing all this time? Now she has gone and I'm calling her. She's like, nah, she's not picking my calls. I'm like, see, take my call now. I have a ring. I'm ready for you. But she's like, nah.
I feel that's when that line comes in. You don't know what you have until you lose it.
Until you lose it.
Yeah.
When he wakes up, it's his morning.
I think one thing when it comes to females, if if they're down for you, they're down for you. The minute a female has made up her mind that she's done, she's truly done.
Yeah.
So people shouldn't take advantage of the, I won't say opportunities or chances that you are given. If you meet someone that you guys are vibing on the same level, like you said, truly, that obviously has their spiritual journey on check. You two, you have yours. You guys, obviously are bonding as friends, and you think that you're ready. Because the thing is, sometimes some people meet people that are not even ready. They're ready for. There's a difference between people that are ready for a serious relationship and then someone that is ready for marriage.
Yeah.
There's a very
difference.
There's a thin line between the two. Sometimes I think out here, a lot of people believe that if you're in a relationship for a long time, it must lead to marriage.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, people don't know what is going on within that relationship. They don't know the hard times that you guys have been through. They just see what you show them. Because like we all know, as we are on sets, we're showing everyone what they can see right now. I don't know the hardships that everybody's going through. I don't know whether somebody just broke up yesterday. Some of us are vocal, some of us are private. So the thing is, people's journeys can define your, how would I put it? Is it your path or your journey? But I think when it comes to marriage, it's something that you have to be ready for. I have an aunt, my mom's sister, I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to say it on air. She's not yet married and she's about 56. Wow. You understand what I'm saying? So, and she said she's not ready yet. So what?
Extremely.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Would you force her into a relationship or a marriage that at the end of the day
she's not happy
will fizzle? Then some people get married on time and God blesses them and they stay in the marriage for 30, 40 years. Like my parents have been married for 41 years.
Wow.
Right.
Get married at 25. Get married at 36. Is it a race? Heavenly race. I no go tired. Chill, guys. Chill.
I mean, I really don't know. I think I know about commitment, and I've always told myself something, and my mom always argues with me and says, how can you say such a thing? I believe marriage is so fluid. It's not something you have to, I don't know, agree or to disagree. It's not something you have to plan, and it's not something I think you should look forward to. I'm sorry, I don't want you to look, I don't think I want to look forward and plan to be with a man. That's not in, no. Jasmine's life will continue effortlessly.
Jasmine. I'm giving you a high five.
Hi, baby.
Yes.
Jasmine's life will continue effortlessly without a man. I have defined my purpose without a man. I'll be extremely happy without a man. And it does not really determine, I don't know, marriage is just like, it's just like the sprinkle that you put on an icing. On the top of a cake, you just go, to fizzle.
These days
it's not for everyone. It's not actually for everyone.
There's a lot of pressure on people.
In the book of Matthew in the Bible, Jesus said it in himself. Marriage is not for everybody. Not everybody has the spiritual maturity for it. It is better for a man to be alone if he's going to go into marriage to commit adultery.
Yeah, true.
So, and in the Bible, I've never heard a curse for the woman saying it's not good for a woman to be alone. It's only for men that thing is for. So as a man, before you are going to, as the marriage is not a favor for women, blah, blah, blah. We are the ones that ask. We are the ones that ask for hand in marriage, not the women. So it's not a goal for a woman to be married. It's actually more of a goal for a man to be married, because this life, I told you earlier today, a man's life, what a man has to do to go through life is very different from what a woman has to do. We have both different roles. Doesn't mean that we're not equal. We're equal human beings, but we have different roles. No woman is going to think of how the house runs as opposed to how the house is taken care of. It's two different roles. The woman takes care of the house, the man runs the house. That being the head of the home thing is a facade. The head of the home is the two people that are in partnership. The head of the home is the person, the single person that is running the whole house. You are a bachelor, you are the head of the house. See, you have your own apartment, you are the head of your house. When you come together, you are both the head. That one the man is the spiritual head, not the owner of the hierarchy or anything. There's a difference. So even just himself, marriage is not for everybody. So if you're a man and you want to marry, you want to buy a ring and propose to a woman, you have to have your head correct.
But if you bring it back home, like Nigeria, for example, there's this whole notion, you must be married by a certain age. Why
Nigeria is governed by religion. So religion is false. Religion is just false faith.
Yeah, I get you.
As in anybody who believes, anybody who believes.
Bringing that to the...
That age-wise, I feel like it's not about what people say. I think...
Well, a lot of people are...
No,
pressured.
No way.
But actually, I think
My friend is married.
For me, I don't want to get married. I'm praying to God that God gives me my wife. I don't want to get married when I'm 36 and when I'm 16, my child is just how old? That's like...
But what if that
is it a race? Is it a race?
No, it's not about being a race. It's a good thing when you get married early. But if you don't,
For me,
what I want from life, I don't want to get married when I'm 40 years old.
To be honest,
as a man,
I don't want to. To be honest, I agree with you.
that is rooted where?
For me,
not society.
When you're approaching 30, people start telling you when I get married.
It's not like I'm too old, but I just want to be 35 or 40, not start giving birth. And when my son now buys me a Ferrari, when he's 25 years old, I'll already be like 70 years old. I want to be able to drive the car while I'm 55 for my, understand? So guys, I think we're all into this episode. We would have to go on a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Serious Banta, where we're talking about what you should do or know before you propose. For me, I think we should talk about what is relevant and what's not relevant. For me, well, what I'm looking for basically is I'm looking for a helpmate basically. I'm looking for a house help. I want my woman to be spiritual.
Your women. You want to marry one?
I said my woman to be
It's allowed.
I want my woman to be spiritual. Okay. I'm looking for a helpmate, not a house help. I want her to be a bit domestic because I am. I want her to be able to take care of the family even when I'm not there. I don't want a lazy woman. I don't want a liability. I want someone who can bring something to the table while I also bring something to the table. Someone that I can share my dreams with and she could share her dreams with me.
So wedding is not an
ad.
It's not an
ad. Guys, I'm the host, remember? So anyways, I already said what's relevant for me, and what's not relevant for me is basically
just plug himself in.
My brother Sam, he's just in a new relationship. So what is relevant?
Carry on, Sam.
Sam, are you just in a new relationship?
Can we just
Sam, are you just in a new relationship?
We'll get back to that.
Samu, tell us now. Tell us about it. Sam, tell us now.
Sam is in a committed relationship that has been going on for a long time. Please, let his babe not go and think that he just said the relationship is starting. When relationship has stayed, don't go and spoil somebody's market and break a home. Huh? Please. Thanks.
Guys, so one of the most important things that I think is very relevant in before you start do is this emotional connection between you and your partner.
Very true.
Emotional connection actually comes with maturity. That's why percentage of high school sweethearts don't actually lead to marriage. All those false love when you're really young and all those things, there's really low percentage that actually leads to marriage. So it comes with a lot of emotional maturity. It comes with a lot of emotional connection. I really think that the only way you can actually get that vibe that you want from a marriage is if you guys are emotionally connected with each other and understand each other truly. Emotional intelligence, emotional maturity, and emotional connection all plays a huge role in finding that perfect one or being with that perfect one. When you're emotionally mature to handle situations and you're emotionally intelligent enough to understand what triggers your partner or what triggers the person who you want to spend the rest of your life with, life will become a lot easier for you.
There are some days that maybe love just doesn't fill that cup. So being a friend would actually, when you guys are guys, it goes a long way. And when it comes to what's relevant and what's not relevant, you need to know lots of things about your partner. What makes her angry? Do you break things when you get angry? When you take a dump, do you leave small stains on the sides of the toilet? Small things that could trigger you, that could make you, just flip out. For me, based on what I'm looking for, basically just someone with a head on their shoulders, Someone who, because I already have energy for the both of us. Why are you interrupting me now?
Sorry.
Wait, did you say so she can have energy for the both of us?
No, I said I already have energy for the both of us. You know, so I need someone with her head on her shoulders, someone that someone that is relaxed, someone that is chill. And at the end of the day, basically, still picking on what Demlade said about your spiritual journey. Let's just pray we meet and marry someone that that is compatible with us. I don't know if I shared this story about. I have this friend, he's a photographer. So I went to his house the other day. I saw a couple of wedding albums, photo albums. So I'm like, dude, why haven't you given this to the couple that got married? He's like, bro, 3 months after, these guys are broken up. So I don't know who's going to meet for my balance. Whether I'll go and meet the bride or whether I'll go and meet the groom. So, I mean, you hear stories like this, 3 months, 4 months after the wedding. Because it almost makes it seem like these guys are ready for the wedding. They're ready for the hashtag Bella Naija wedding, hashtag Ashoebi Bella, hashtag I said yes, hashtag Harry Winston. But what comes after? What comes after? That's actually the real challenge. So basically, I just hope,
Friendship is very key. In short, if it's not in short, it's the most important thing when choosing a partner. Because when you fire on that love, when the burn inside that love has already turned to matches, that's when you need to be speaking to your friend. You need to be relating to your friend. You need to be talking to your partner as a friend and not somebody who you expect this undying love for. It fluctuates, and the friendship now comes in when the partnership reduces. So I don't know how, I can't really coin it, but friendship is very, very key. You cannot not marry your friend.
When we were talking about the dumping, getting used to your partner and all that, and that's why I always argue with my friends. For me, tolerance is key for me than even being in love with someone. I'll give reasons why. You can tolerate someone and not love someone, and you can love someone and not tolerate the other person. You tolerate no. It's no.
If you
listen.
That's the whole point of love.
That's not the whole point. That's Let me finish. I can love to hang out with you, Demlade. I might not be able to tolerate you.
That's because you don't need to.
Listen. I'm getting somewhere. What I mean, what I'm trying to say is that tolerance goes a longer way than just being in love. For me,
you are saying exactly what everybody is saying. Mm-hmm. Tolerance, you can tolerate your friend, but you cannot tolerate anybody you don't love.
You just said friend.
Exactly. So, Shaitan said tolerance is that's the whole point of love. Now, you directed it to me. You're not marrying me. So you can love me without tolerating me. You can tolerate me without loving me. You have the choice because I'm your friend. When you're talking about a life partner, you need both. And I don't think it's possible for you to tolerate anybody you don't even naturally care about.
You
can't separate the two.
You can't separate the two. That's what I'm saying. You can't separate the two. You can't separate the two.
What's the word we're saying? Love is tolerance. Tolerance is love. You can't separate the two. Love is an action word.
Now, going back to emotional compatibility and emotional connection, what I like to put in this place is a lot of people put in this skinny communication. And people think communication is what is important in a relationship and marriage. Yes, it is. But what is more important is comprehension. Hearing what the person is saying, because people can be talking.
And one person is not hearing.
But somebody is not hearing. Somebody is not understanding. Sometimes, now, here's something that is very, very, that you need to understand that is relevant in being a partner with somebody. First of all, there's this thing that churches will tell you that, you can't live with your partner before you get married. I don't know. The Western world that brought this ministry to us, that's what they do. So you come and tell me that I cannot leave my partner before I get married is nonsense. Because you need to know who you are doing intricately. You can know it in marriage. Because the reason why people get marriages, I've covered weddings where from introduction he didn't make engagement. From engagement he didn't make wedding. From pre-wedding shoot he didn't make marital home.
Sorry to interject, but could you say that the reason for that, if it's from like a religious angle, could be that so you guys will not be tempted to do the
temptation? Exactly. It's to refuse temptation. But you're not living with her, you're living with her. Everybody's fornicating. So to go into that, you need to as in communication and comprehension. For example, now I'm OCD, you're OCD, your partner isn't, and we go through marriage classes before you get married. So a lot of things, a lot of wisdom comes from this orientation of marriage classes. If you're going to get married in the church, you go to marriage classes, and they will tell you some things, some intricate wisdoms. Now, you have a way of doing things. Yeah. You like the curtain in your living room closed. Your partner likes it open. You come into the living room, you find it open. You now vex. you are an insane person. Because the person that is in the living room before you got there also lives in the house with you. So they have a right to how they want things done. If you don't like it, you make a choice to change it. You go to the curtain and you close it, or you take permission. So that's where little things like that.
Okay, so 1 second. So that's where the emotional intelligence comes in.
So it's communication and comprehension.
So you have emotional intelligence, there's emotional maturity, and there's that emotional connection between you guys. So the person who is not intelligent enough emotionally will not be able to see the other side of the partner to know that, okay, this partner doesn't like when you step on the rug with your slippers.
Right.
Do you understand? Because you're not emotionally intelligent enough, because you're used to walking into a place with your slippers, you walk into a place with your slippers. I know that it will just trigger her. When she gets upset, you're like, why you get upset because of this small thing? And that thing means the whole world to her, that you don't step on this place because I probably lie here.
So there's so many things that come. Now, to reverse that, to that situation, sorry, I kill you. To that situation, she doesn't like you walking, prancing around the carpet with your slippers. But get this, it's going to take you at least 3 years for you to condition your mind to conform to that rule.
That's where the sacrifice comes.
That's where the sacrifice comes from. But the partner that doesn't like it also needs to understand that they need to keep
Yes, I agree.
Simple.
Compromise.
That's where compromise comes in.
Although I'm not married, but I would like to put a holistic point of view to the things that you're both saying. And you said something that was key. And I feel like it's like in a business, you said comprehension. And that comprehension I take it as understanding and communication. It's like in a business, nothing can run unless you work with, or you listen. You must talk and listen. If I come into a room and I put my foot on the carpet and you tell me, OD, this thing, I would use my mother, for example, because I'm not married. Okay, I come into my mother's room with my shoes. I step on her carpet. She says, OD, remove your shoe. The first time, I didn't remove it. The second time, I have not removed it. I'm hearing. By the third time, and now I enter the room, I don't step on the carpet with my shoes, because she's communicated to me what she does not like, which is key. For me, what I want from my wife or my significant other is good communication. You have to be able to talk to me, tell me. There's no shyness. Like you said, it's a decision. So I feel like there's no right person. You just can meet somebody and relate to that person and be able to communicate to that person, and you can move it forward. So I don't think, sorry Jasmine, let me just finish that. There's no right person. It's just more, once we understand each other's vibe, let's talk. Tolerate. Let's talk. Once we can talk, we can make it work. If you can't talk, it can't back. So Jasmine, what do you have to say?
So I just wanted to point out what Papo said about going to his friend's place and then seeing that marriages don't last. So I don't think I enjoy the whole thing of I'm uncomfortable, let's get divorced. I mean, I am the number one advocate of if you feel uncomfortable, or you feel like you're being cheated on, or you feel like your partner is not, reciprocating the same energy, I am the number one advocate for you to leave. But then I want people to understand that marriage is a journey. And I'm saying this because I've had something close to a very long relationship, and that's with my best friend. Now, we grew because I'm a very secretive person, and I've gone through things that will make me not trust someone. So I abused her emotionally for 4 years. And I don't still know why she became friends with me and she's still here. But to me, I feel like I abused her, and I made her understand that to gain my trust, you have to work excessively for it. And that's wrong. Totally wrong. In fact, it is terrible. I feel we have to open our hearts and understand that we've gone through things and life is a process. But once we use the things that we've been through to make it a determinant for some people to gain our love and trust, you are killing them. Everyone is your ride or die. Why are you looking for someone to be your ride or die now?
We are entitled, Jazz. A lot of us, just kind of round up everything you've said, right? I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, actually, when it comes to club and whatever. A lot of us are entitled in the sense where we feel like nobody owes you shit. Basically, do you understand? When you are in a relationship, it's an empty box. It's what you put inside that you're going to get back from it, right? Another thing that I know, obviously, we're talking about what is relevant to us and what's not relevant. I learned something very recently, and I mean, in being in like a space where like you're talking to somebody, or like you're in a relationship, or you're trying to get married or whatever, we've spoken about communication and understanding and whatever. A lot of people in relationships, even, you know, friendships or whatever, but most importantly relationships, believe that when there is a problem, it's always like, oh, how do I, like, there's an argument, for example, what you said, you walked in and you stepped on the carpet. Like, why did you step on the carpet? You two, not like wearing my shoe. And it becomes like a whole thing and you guys are fighting. A lot of people should understand that in that space, it's all, if me and Odi argue now, we're dating and we argue and maybe I win the argument. In that space, nobody has actually won because that has not done anything for the relationship. Mm-hmm. That's just like, in that moment, you feel good, Odi feels bad, so it's still zero. It's always the problem again, like it's always the two of you against the problem. I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't understand yet. When something comes up, it's like, how can me and this person work together to find a solution, not me and you against the other person.
Yeah.
And
it's
that's
not
like
all about
a big against the problem, not against each other, because it's a partnership. And they're not trying to you're not better than the person is not better than you.
Wow,
you are trying to achieve something.
One episode. Wow. It's been a great episode, and as you all know, it's a season finale. But we're going on a break, and when we come back, we'll be doing a recap of all our episodes this season.
You know, hashtag Bella Naija weddings, hashtag I said yes, hashtag Harry Winston, hashtag Bella Naija bridesmaids, hashtag Bella Naija groomsmen. Yo, guys, I could go on and on and on, but you guys, no pressure, man. Do it at your own time.
Why are you hiding?
Wait.